All right, the JBs are B and you're J and I. Welcome to the show. It's Buffy's Angels. Another week. We're still in the early days of season 7, the final season of Buffy. We're doing some monster of the week episodes, although not really a monster this week, just like a girl of the week. And then we've got Angel season 4, episode 2. We introduce a new character, Gwen Raiden, who seems like a big deal, but um, yeah, she's around. All right, let's get into it. Logan, how you feeling this week about Buffy?
Buffy first.
About the Buffy verse.
Uh,
Oh, it's a sideways
Sideways.
thumb.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
bored. I gotta be honest. This was like a boring week.
It's. I'm with you. I'm
This
with you.
wasn't that fun.
Not a great week for me.
What's up with your favorite season of Angel not being so great so far?
Yeah, I was looking at the episode listing, and I think like it gets good episode 4, and then it gets great episode 6, and then
All
like
right,
I was looking at it, it's like episode 6 to like 15, like they're all amazing.
all right. I'll be the
Yeah, yeah.
judge of that, but
All right, you'll be the judge of
so
that, but
far not so great.
no, fair enough, fair enough. I
Some good
also
stuff though, for sure.
I also think Angel is still struggling with production at this point. Remember, like I said, like they had to fire like a guy over the summer. This episode like ran long. There were like subplots that were cut. There were I think Gwen was originally mapped out to be a far more important character than she ended up being.
Yeah, I had
Uh
questions about that. Is she coming back?
she is coming back, but like they set her up to be like a fucking regular, and she's not at all.
It felt
Uh
like the was it an Angel episode like season three, season two? They had a girl who was sort of special.
Untouched, which oddly was the first. I mean, I guess not oddly, understandably, it was the first episode written by Mara Smith, who was that lady they pulled off of the posting board, the fan of Buffy,
Mm-hmm.
and she wrote this one too.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know what that says about her, but that's weird.
yeah, yeah. She's into damaged ladies.
Yeah, really.
Um, with like active sexual fantasies.
Yeah, she seems interesting. Like she has a lot to say. That actor,
Yeah,
that writer.
yeah, yeah. She's pretty fascinating. Um, I think she ends up married to Jeffrey Bell, who's
Oh,
another Angel writer. Yeah. We got Michael Grossman directing this week. This is his third episode of Angel. I mean, he did Redefinition and Birthday, and those two, like Birthday is so Cordelia heavy. It's funny for him to like come back for this one and be like, "Hey, wasn't that girl the lead of your show? Now I
mm-hmm.
only got to like shoot her in like one shot."
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
the ooh, baby, stay a while.
that's right.
Ooh.
Very
I
good.
was
I
trying to
I
think
love
the
that you
last few
remember the
seconds.
theme song.
I really try to pull it.
Mm.
I couldn't do it. But yeah, that's like a top 15 Angel episode to me. I
That's a
love that
really
episode.
good one. Really good one. Redefinition's a classic too. That's the one where he sets Darla and Drusilla on fire.
Yeah, those are both great episodes.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into this one. Ground State.
All right.
It's season 4, episode 2. It aired October 13th, 2002. The number one song in America was Dilemma by Nelly, featuring Kelly Rowland, the second best Destiny's Child.
I couldn't even tell you the third one.
Really? The third one I only remember because her name is fucking Michelle Williams.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Spell the exact same? Or is there one
Yes.
L? Okay.
No, same thing.
It's really cool.
Uh all right, big movie release week this week.
Okay.
Uh
Spider Man? I don't even know what year we are. Are we 2002? Are we 2002?
Yeah, 2002.
That's why I guess Spider-Man.
We talked about Spider-Man though. That
Oh, we
came out
have. I
one of
think
the
about it so
weeks.
often, I forget we've talked
Oh
about it
my
on this
god.
podcast.
But anyway, Red Dragon is still number one in America. Sweet Home Alabama still number two. So this is everything that was released this week kind of didn't do that great, but it was a lot of stuff
I thought you meant
debuting it.
something new, though. We've already talked about that stuff.
I'm saying a lot of new stuff came out that just didn't beat those things.
Oh, are you about to tell me?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I jumped the gun.
Yeah. Be patient, Logan.
Yeah, I'm not
All
patient.
right.
Actually, I'm very patient.
You have to be patient to work with me, I think.
You have to be 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know if anyone else could do it.
Henry did it for a couple of years.
But Henry didn't do what I do. Henry
the
did not do
great the
what I
great
do.
thing about Henry is you have to be really patient to work with him. So
Yeah,
he just puts it on you extra.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
All right.
miss him.
Mm, we all do.
Is it possible to miss someone you've never known? It is. It definitely
Yeah,
is.
of course. You kidding? Especially podcasts because it makes podcasts make you feel like you know someone.
Or just like any sort of thing like that, like an actor or anything like that.
Yeah, you grow an emotional attachment to artists and analysts.
You can.
You can.
Like
All right.
Kirk Herbstreit.
Who's
One of
that?
my favorite. He's a football analyst. He's just the first guy I thought of.
All
He
right.
mostly does college. I don't know if he does the NFL. I think he does now.
Like Pat McAfee.
Yeah, there you go. That's your favorite analyst.
I saw
Jim
Cody
Ross.
Rhodes. Yeah, I saw Cody Rhodes was the celebrity picker on college game day this
Oh, that's
week.
fun.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
All right. Debuting at number 3 was Brown Sugar. That was
We'll talk about
movie with
sugar.
Tay. Will we?
Sugar was in the Angel episode.
Oh my god, I know. I wasn't sure if you'd catch it. She was so minor.
Yeah.
She had all her lines cut apparently.
Oh,
But yeah, number 3, Brown Sugar. That was like a Tay Diggs movie. That was back when they made movies like these are the movies for white people. These are the movies for black people.
right. Now we
And
try to be inclusive.
right. That was a black people movie. Number 4, The Transporter, the first Transporter with Jason Statham came out. Number 7, White Oleander debuted. I've seen that. It's got some moments. You know who's heavily featured in that film is your favorite actress, Alison Lomaine from
That's how you say that?
no.
Like she's a dish?
Yeah, Alison Lomaine from what's that
Drag
movie
me to
like?
hell and Matchstick Man.
Matchstick Man, right. Tuck Everlasting came out this week with Alexis Bledel. Knock Around Guys. I saw that. That was with like Vin Diesel and Barry Pepper, and I want to say Giovanni Ribisi.
That's the cast of Saving Private Ryan. Those
Whoa.
three guys are all in Saving Private Ryan.
Are they all in Knock Around Guys?
I don't know, but all those guys are in Saving Private Ryan for sure.
That's wild. That movie I think was written and directed by those fellows who later created fucking Billions.
Wow, I think I was gonna say Billions.
Oh, it doesn't have Giovanni Ribisi. It has Seth Green. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay, Seth Green, our favorite.
Yeah, Oz. Um, we've got Rules of Attraction came out this week. Great film by James Avery with Vanderbeek.
Is that really a great film?
Yeah, I really love that movie.
Is that a remake? I thought there was another Rules of Attraction film.
There is another movie called Rules of Attraction that came out later with Pierce Brosnan and Julianne Moore. It's like a rom-com.
Yeah.
Cool. There's also on the indie charts this week, Punch Drunk Love debuted. All right.
Film.
Swept Away, which kind of killed Guy Ritchie's career for a while. That was the one he made with Madonna back when he was married with her. Bowling for Columbine came out. I saw it in theaters.
Wow.
And
I don't think I've ever seen a documentary in a movie theater.
Wow, what a Philistine. And
I've never done that.
How about this? Bowling Comedian also came out this week. That was a documentary Jerry Seinfeld made about like up and coming comedian, like what it's like to start in comedy. And I saw both those in theaters. So you've never seen a documentary in theaters. I saw two
I
this
I
week.
didn't even know they did that, really. Like I've heard, like I remember when like the OJ Made in America came out, you could go see that in a movie theater, but I didn't know they really released documentaries in movie theaters, I guess.
Yeah, Michael Moore movies because they used to make a lot of money. Like,
I I just didn't know about them.
yeah,
What's the last like successful box office hit for a did like
I don't know. I'd have to look at it. But back in the day, like I remember I saw Super Size Me in theaters, and I saw March of the Penguins in theaters.
yeah, I remember that actually.
Yeah.
That's true. That's fair.
All right. Let's get into it, huh?
Yeah, let's freaking do it.
Let's fucking start.
What is ground state? What does that mean?
I think it's an electricity term.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
She actually says it in the episode.
Oh wow, I missed that.
Yeah. It's like she's explaining like her powers when she like makes the laser wires go floopy, and
Mhm.
she's like, when it hits ground state, I'm like, all right, you said it.
Damn, I missed that. My
Yeah.
bad. But so we ready for the episode?
Yes.
So it's October 28th, 1985. Okay, we're in Gills Rock, Wisconsin.
I loved how this was shot, by the way.
Yeah, real bright. Like
Yeah, it reminded me of like old TV. Like it reminded me of an episode of the X Files or something.
okay, I've been seeing lots of screenshots on X of the X Files. Of like no show looks like this anymore.
Yeah, that show's fucking amazing.
Yeah, that'd be fun to watch. But we
Yeah.
meet Lydia Thorpe. We gonna meet her more? I assume so. She seemed prominent.
No,
No. Whoa.
no, no, and this was another thing. Like I think this sequence at the beginning of this episode was setting up some shit that they were gonna do, and then with the change of showrunners, like when Stephen DeKnight and Jeffrey Bell took over for like that dude who was going to be in charge, like a lot changed, and a lot of the shit that's set up in this episode became less important.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how they really. Well, I guess they're just never gonna touch on it again. Is what happened.
No, no, we'll see Gwen again, but like all this shit, the school she went to, I think was supposed to come back, and the
Thorpe Academy
parents
is what it's
and
called.
Thorpe, and yeah, but none of this shit matters.
All right, but what we see here is her parents drop her off, and she's a bit of a loner, and then she ends up using her electricity powers on this little boy, and
I
then they
like her
go.
cute little mittens and her coat.
Oh, she had it on it back then, even.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, yeah. She's like a
Like
little
Boo from
waddler.
Monsters Inc. when they
Yeah,
put like a little
sort of.
costume on Boo.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
It's nice.
Yeah, she reminded me of Rogue. She had to wear the little
Oh, it's
gloves.
very fucking Rogue. That's all this character is. It's just Rogue with electric powers. But fucking even when she like kissed Angel, it felt less of a kiss out of passion than just like, wow, I can kiss this person. Like I can.
Well,
Yeah,
it was
so
a
I
great
will.
kiss. She tells him, "Great kiss, by the way."
Yeah, yeah. But like it reminded me of back in the X-Men comics, one time Rogue hooked up with Colossus,
Oh wow.
and it was like she wasn't even into Colossus. It was just that when Colossus was metal, she could touch him. And
Yeah,
so
take
it
what you
was
can get.
like, yeah, exactly. That sort of thing.
So, and then we cut to. I wasn't sure if we were in Cordelia's. I guess I did because they say they're like cleaning out her room. So we're at Cordelia's apartment actually, and I don't. Does sperm whales? What's that about?
I loved that line. I thought it was
It
hilarious
could have been any whales. Why'd they have to do sperm
because
whales?
they're really big.
So our
Blue whales. But
yeah, like
sperm
any
whales, it's
whales. I don't know.
funny. It's funny. It's got the word sperm in it. Like, I thought that. Are you like objecting to that line?
I just thought it was weird. Like of all the
I
whales,
thought
they make her say sperm whales.
I thought it was cute as shit, man.
It was
I,
fine. I just it was too. It was very specific in a weird way. I don't know.
yeah, I enjoyed it.
Oh, all right. And then I like this where Angel's like, what's up with Phantom Dennis? Does he know anything about Cordelia? And they're like, no, he's just sad. He just wants her to return. So I guess they
Yeah.
got that out of the way. Whatever. And then we see Wesley. He has his new crew. Are we going to meet these guys? We met. He addressed Hawkins, like Hawkins, do this.
He addresses a few of them by name, but none of them speak back to him because they're extras. And we will see this crew again. We might get introduced to a couple of them, but they're never like prominent.
Oh, that sucks. Uh, I remember Gunn had a couple guys in his crew
Who
that I
texted
guess.
you?
Oh, my brother, something about the Packers.
Okay.
um,
Yeah,
remember Gunn's crew? He had like a
of
couple
course.
guys with like names, but they never
Yeah.
really came together. Maybe they
Well,
will.
they did. We saw them in like that old
Well,
gang
they
of
never like came back
mine.
like into the show that much. I guess that I
They
don't know.
did for a while. They just haven't like at a certain point they had to decide like, are we gonna still keep fucking with Guns crew?
Yeah,
And I feel like that old gang of mine, the episode with Geo, where they like fuck up Lauren's place, like that really like, all right, Guns on the team now. He's not part of that anymore.
yeah,
And
we closed the book on that.
yeah, we saw them a lot though in like season 2. Remember one of them like saves Wesley when he gets shot by like a zombie police
Yeah,
officer
but
in
I'm
the
thinking of one like
deadline.
early on, like in the first episode, we meet his crew. Like I know who you're speaking about. We do get a lot of them, but there was one that we met. His name was like Chain or something.
Oh yeah. But he
And I
never
was like,
really
oh, we're
comes
gonna
back.
know a lot about Chain, and then we never heard about Chain again.
Right.
Whatever, but who cares? But and then so Wesley gives Angel some stuff. He's like, I've been doing some research about Cordelia. Here's what I know. Something
Mm.
about Dinza. He says it's a demon demigoddess. So that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's like she knows lost things,
Oh, that's cool.
and I'm like, could you tell me what was going on Lost?
Well, that hasn't started yet.
Yeah, I guess so. But maybe she knew about it.
Maybe she knew. We did have Sawyer in the first episode. Remember
Good
that?
point. Yes, we did.
But I wrote Dinza is scary with like 6 exclamation points.
She is pretty spooky.
We just talked about like scariest things on Buffy last week, and this guy might because that guy eating Willow's stomach.
Right.
This guy, this I guess it's a girl.
It is a
She
girl.
was so scary. She
Yeah.
might take the cake, honestly.
Oh, when she like grabs him from behind at
With the
the last
wings
part of
and the
that scene
wings
with
come up.
yeah, fucking hell.
Oh, it looks so cool.
Mhm.
And she tells him something about the Axis.
The Axis
So
of Pythia.
Axis of Pythia. I thought that was too close to Pylea. Pythia,
Fair enough.
Pylea. But I wrote sexy woman in red leather and black gloves, and then I was like, oh, Gwen. I realized must be Gwen.
Yeah.
But and she had red little streaks in her hair.
Yeah.
And this guy
She's
Elliot,
cool looking. It's a
yeah,
great debut.
awesome. It,
Yeah.
it reminded me a bit of Glory.
Really, it reminded me a little bit of Faith.
Okay, I could see that. Or Sunday. Remember Sunday?
Yeah, fair enough.
A lot of them are the same a little bit. But Elliot tells her go find the Axis, and then she like gets his watch and like turns it to ashes or whatever.
Yeah. So this actress is Alexa Davalos.
Mm-hmm.
She ends up being around for a while. She's still working today. She's in a lot of fucking TV. I think she's on one of those FBI shows now. She's on
Okay.
Man in the High Castle for a few seasons on Hulu. But I always remember her as one of the girls who works in the grocery store in The Mist.
Really?
Yeah,
That is really cool.
she's the one who fucks that military fellow.
Okay. Yeah, like I know that actor,
Yeah, so I don't know.
Sam Witwer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was a voice actor on those Star Wars shows.
Yeah, it always bothered me that his eyebrows are too sculpted.
Really? Never noticed
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
He's also in the very first episode of The Walking Dead when Rick ends up in the tank. Remember, and he gets like the phone call from Glenn, like, "Hey, asshole in the tank." Remember
Yeah.
that? There's a zombie walker, they called him on the show, who's inside the tank, like a military guy who turns into a zombie, and then Rick
Oh
shoots him.
shit, that's
Him,
right. Yeah,
Sam
you're
Witwer.
good call.
So
Yeah.
he's pretty famous to me. He has
Yeah,
like a few iconic
so
roles.
Gwen bones that dude in The Mist.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool. And she'll be back on the show a little
Yeah,
bit.
we'll see her again a couple times.
All right. And this was cool. We go through Cordelia's eye and we see the Hyperion Hotel. I thought that was a cool little transition there.
Yeah,
And Fred's doing this little presentation of Pythia, which has these drawings, but Angel draws it way better because he's a real artist basically, and he
it's
has
funny.
pictures of
Yeah,
Cordelia too. He's like, here's the beautiful Cordelia, and they talk about they're gonna pull a heist at the auction, steal the
Fred's
thing.
drawings reminded me of Giles's drawings in his little,
Hush,
yeah, in Hush.
great call. That's a great
Mhm.
call. Is that the best scene of any episode of any?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
That is fucking hilarious. Um, like Xander does something with like boobs.
Yeah.
I
Remember that?
do remember that.
Yeah.
That is the best. That's the best.
Hmm.
So we're gonna pull a heist, and Fred, she says, we might end up in jail as someone's bitch. That's what Fred said. That was crazy coming from
Yeah.
Fred. And then here we go. Angel is like, we need this and this and this for the mission. And then we see Gwen putting the stuff on. And that's
Yeah.
where we see Sugar come in and give her more equipment. And she
Yeah.
says thanks to Sugar.
So Gwen Sugar
Piper.
was supposed to be like Gwen's butler, I think.
She had a name.
Yeah, she's even mentioned in a later episode.
Her name was Nick. She said
Yeah.
thanks, Nick.
Yeah. She's mentioned in a later episode. She she was in the script. She had a bunch of lines, but they were cut like before, after she got cast, but before she got to set. So it's not like they like
She did
cut
anything
her
wrong.
because yeah, she didn't do anything wrong, but like, you know, whatever. I googled it and I found a picture that Sugar posted on Instagram
Oh
of
shit.
of her with Alexa Davalos, and they're both in their costumes for the episode.
When did she post that?
I don't know, a couple years ago.
What were the circumstances? Somebody's birthday?
No, just like, hey, remember I was
Anniversary
on
of
this
that?
episode of Angel? Yeah, it must have been anniversary or something.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
I remember when I first heard when Sugar was on Survivor, I'd heard like she was an actor or whatever, but she's actually popped up in a few things I've seen now.
Well, she's
Pretty cool.
a pretty prominent guest star on season 3 of Gilmore Girls.
Right.
That's really what I knew her from. Like when I watched Survivor Gabon, I was like, oh, that's the girl
You
who
knew her at
dated.
the time.
Yeah, I was like, that's the girl. That's Shane. She dated Jess at the beginning of season 3 of Gilmore Girls.
Wow.
But you know, she sort of disappeared after. Like she doesn't show up so much. Although
Well,
I
we
saw
did see
her
her
on
something
something.
recently, I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah. What
Or
the
you,
fuck
you
was
said
that?
something.
She was like a Marilyn Monroe on something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We talked about it on the Hellraiser series.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Well, now I'm looking it up. Uh, clipped. Clipped.
Oh, right, the Clippers show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, there was Sugar. It was really cool to see her.
Yeah.
She's very beautiful, Sugar. But anyway, we go Wesley and Lila. They're hooking up again.
We followed each other on Twitter for a while.
Oh wow, that's very cool. Why'd you leave? That's a dumb decision.
I know.
You don't want to be a stepdad. Just
well, I gotta be honest. Like, I was thinking for a moment maybe I could get in there, but then she like had the kid and she like married the dude who impregnated her. So I was like, I guess not.
They're still together today.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's
yeah.
Cool.
I still like keep up with Sugar. I like Sugar. I think she's really a cool person.
She gave us one of the freaking legendary moments of all time.
Fuck yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Her what? No, she's 2 episodes in that season. Or is she the first boot or second boot? Was Randy first?
First boot. Randy's third.
Third. Who's second? Stephanie?
Stephanie, that's right.
Okay. But we cut to Wesley and Lila hooking up again. Justine, apparently, because she was in that closet, she called Lila impossibly loud. was her? That was her.
Yeah, she heard them fucking.
Yep. Then we get eventually shut up, make me. And then Wesley, of course, makes
Eat some
her.
pussy.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
Mhm.
Uh, and then we see
Another great scene. Just Wesley killing it constantly.
killing it. She'll be
There's
back.
never a moment anymore where Wesley's on screen and shit's not awesome.
Oh, you're totally right about that. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's still not my favorite character as he is yours, but I get he is awesome. But then everybody starts trying to rob that place at the same time. Gunn, he's like, "Oh,
Oh,
Fred." Yeah,
the
go ahead.
dude, I forgot to mention this. The guy who's like hiring her to do this.
Mm-hmm.
We see like Tom Irwin is the actor. He's a good TV actor. He's been in tons of shit.
All right.
He played um Claire Danes' dad on My So-Called Life.
Okay. My so-called life.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that's what I fondly remember him from, but I feel like he's been in other shit too. Maybe let me look him up.
All right. Did you think it was hot when Fred was giving out the orders? Because Gunn did. He was like, "Ooh, you're turning me on right now."
I didn't, but good for Gunn. It's good for their relationship that they've been together this long and he still finds shit like that sexy. Um
Absolutely.
he's in the morning show now.
Okay.
That show on Apple Plus.
That's still
Uh,
going.
yeah, that's still gone.
Wow.
He's been in a ton of that show.
Has that been going all the
Um
2020s?
what's that?
Has that been going all of the 2020s?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. He
Impressive.
also showed up on Lost for a couple episodes. Anyway, that's Tom Irwin. He's good TV actor.
All right. So Gunn, he ended up knocking out a cop. He was like, "Hey, duck," and then he was like, "I told you to duck. Come on."
Yeah. That cop is my LVP of the episode. He made the goofiest fucking face
Damn.
before he turned around.
I'll agree with you. I didn't have anybody better. And then we see, oh, Angel. He like uses some spray to see these lasers
Yeah.
to get the thing, but then Gwen is already like jumping in there getting it because they don't face her. I don't know how she did that, but she does it. And then
Remind me of
Viv,
Metal Gear Solid. In Metal Gear Solid, you have to find this spray so that you could use it to find lasers.
okay, that's very cool. I
Yeah.
like that. I've never really seen that before. This was nuts though. So first of all, she calls Angel. She's like, "Thanks, handsome," or whatever. Then Gunn shows up. She says, "Hey
Hey,
there,
Denzel.
Denzel."
Yeah.
The most racist thing I've ever heard in my life. You could,
Until what Buffy says about the hood on this week's Buffy.
oh yeah, he's like, "Where I come from." Oh yeah, the hood. Yeah, we're
Insane.
we're racist this week. But just
Yeah.
calling a black person Denzel is that's wild. That's doesn't even make any sense. But
No, but that was a thing back then though. Like handsome black dudes would be like, "Hey, that's hey Denzel." Like that.
okay.
Yeah, I mean it is sort of racist, but like
She's calling him handsome
2002
though.
was a pretty racist time. But yeah, I think all she was doing was calling him a hot black guy.
Oh, that was just because he was a black man, so
No,
he's
no.
Denzel. Uh, but Gwen, she ends up tasing Gunn. Gunn dies, but then she resurrects
She
him.
doesn't tase him. She touches
She
him.
tases him with her hands.
Yeah, it's a natural taser.
So it's still a taser.
She's
She naturally
zaps him.
tased him. I'm
I would
sorry, I
say
didn't
she
say natural.
zaps him.
All right, she zapped Gunn hard enough to kill him. Angel had the great line where he said he's dead, and then we went to a commercial, and then we came
Yeah.
back and we realized she could resurrect him, and then she takes off. So that's what happened there. And then we see Connor. First time Connor this episode. That was
No,
crazy to me.
no lines.
No lines this episode. It's true. We see him just like walking the streets. And then we see Lila looking onto the homeless, and we realize Connor is one of the homeless. Angel's there, like, "Hey, why are you watching my guy sleep?" And he tells her about the Axis, what's going on there. And then he says, "I know about you and Wesley."
He says that he smells them all over each other.
That's crazy.
I love that
That
shit.
must be a terrible smell. And then,
Terrible?
oh, you would love it. You would like
Yeah.
try to jar it, try to like
Oh my god. I wish I could take a whiff of
wake
that.
up every morning,
That
get a
that
little.
Wesley fucking Lila skunk. Are you kidding me? I would bathe
Ugh.
in that.
All right. So then we see Fred and we see, oh, this is where Fred is like, "I do everything on my own and you almost died." Emotional part there.
Honestly, like he is being a little fucking flip about it. Like he straight up died.
Right. But what is he supposed to do? Like what is there
I
to
don't
talk
know.
about?
I I mean,
It happened.
I get that, but I think I see it from both of their perspectives. Like if I'm Gunn, I guess I
Like
just want
her
to move on
whining isn't
from
doing
it.
anything.
Yeah, but
Either of them could die. Could have
you know,
easily just been her.
Gunn's been dealing with death his whole life. I feel like maybe this is the first time Fred's like
Yeah, it's true.
really cared about somebody that came close.
It's true. They have different perspectives on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the point where Gwen is looking she's about to get in an elevator, doesn't see Angel in the reflection, obviously, because he's a
Yeah.
vampire. Then they get into a big fight and they kiss each other. Elliot did a double cross. Angel had to like explain it to her. She was like, I don't want to fucking double cross this motherfucker. And very fun. We got like do a fight in the elevator. She says, great kiss. Just in case she dies, I
The
guess.
kiss makes his heart beat, and we go into his chest with CGI. I remember that
Yeah.
shot was in the commercial for the episode.
I guess I always like the fact that he has a soul sort of made me think maybe he had a heartbeat. Anyway,
No, what?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with a soul. You don't even think souls exist. So you don't, neither of us know what a soul is.
They're
Uh,
21 grams. I know that much.
True, because of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, apparently, Gwen doesn't like when others call her a freak. Only she can call herself that. I don't know. And she
Yeah.
says bummer when she realizes that Angel's in love with somebody else. She's just like, oh, bummer. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. And oh, we come back. Angel's like, I went and visited Cordelia, but I saw that she was like exactly where she needed to be. So I left her there. And then cut up to Cordelia. She says, what are you, deficient? Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Legendary. So MVP Cordelia, right?
That's great.
I'll give it a 3. It's fine.
Yeah, it's 3. It's not a great episode. Like I I hyped you up way too much with this season, calling it like my favorite season of TV of all time.
No, I assume it'll pick up. It's just not where I want it to be so far.
Yeah, it hasn't sort of a stuttery beginning.
Right.
I feel like next week is not even as good as this one, to
Oh
be
my
honest.
God.
But fucking I'm gonna give it to Gwen, my MVP. I thought that
I
character was
agree.
fun. I remember thinking like she was gonna be back the next week when I first watched
That's
this.
what I thought.
But and I remember being disappointed that she wasn't.
Yeah, I think I agree.
And then like everything I saw her in for the next like 20 years, like I was just like when I saw The Mist in theaters, I was like, that's Gwen.
And the person next to you.
Yeah.
So, and then LVP that cop.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh?
Yeah, fair enough.
That was like I'm telling you, it was terrible. It reminded me of that dude from the room who leaves his underpants. We didn't rank it.
We didn't rank it. Oh, you're right. You're totally right. I think I might have. I think I might have already ranked it. I put it right under episode 1.
Oh
Between
yeah.
Deep Down and Blind Date, number 45.
I sort of liked the comparison to Untouched. Where do I have that one?
42 between Room with a View and That Old Gang of Mine.
Go down from that.
Okay. That Vision Thing, Happy Anniversary. I've Got You Under My Skin.
I like it. Put it between That Vision Thing and Happy Anniversary.
All right, so you're gonna have it at 45, and we're both gonna have it at 45.
Wow!
Should we high five each other?
Boom!
Very
Nailed
good.
it.
I like that.
What is this? I was trying to think of that. Mirror Ball? Is that the song we matched
I'm a
on?
mirror ball. Yeah, that was number 12, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been listening to a lot of folklore, man. That record really fucking I just love the sound of it.
I've already listened to Evermore.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it what
It's like folklore.
early
Folklore
thoughts?
part 2.
Folklore part 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.